What up, everybody? What up, everybody? I am at the spot. All right, this is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton. Let's get right after it. All right, who controls your thinking? That's what we're going to talk about here today. Because I got a couple of questions for you. And these things have been on my mind lately, and I want to share them. I want to get through them quickly, but I want to put something out there for you to really think about. Okay, so do you believe you have complete control over all your thoughts? Okay. Now, if you don't believe you have control over all your thoughts, then who does? All right, think about that for a second. Now, my next question is, do you control all of your thinking? Okay, because some people believe that they have control over their thoughts, but they don't believe that they have control over all of them. So then my next question is, if you don't believe you have control over all of your thoughts, well, who controls the part that you don't believe you have control over? All right. So my other question is, do you believe that others, if they know your thoughts, if they know your dreams and goals, do you believe they can stop you? All right. Now, all that came about over the last maybe couple of 3 months because I saw these three situations and it just made me question. I was shopping at Winco and I saw a guy stocking the shelves, an older gentleman, looked like he was in his 40s. And I just thought, I had a thought. Then I saw a guy mopping the floor at a Long John Silver. And then I saw a guy washing the windows at a Jack in the Box. Now you're probably thinking, man, look at you shopping at, crazy old Jack in the Box junk food and Long John Silver junk food. Yeah, I had a little junk food. I like the hush puppies, and every now and then I'll, eat one of them. Jack in the Box tacos. Yeah, but I still work out. Shout out to my weigh-in, 240 today. So I'm still hanging around there. I need to get back in the ground so I can get myself down into the 20s. That's my next goal. But I digress. But here's the thought that came about for those three people that I saw. I said, do they control their thinking? Okay. And when they were in the fifth grade, or let's just say they were in the first grade, the fifth grade, the seventh grade, ninth grade, 12th grade, high school graduate, did they envision themselves stocking shelves at Winco, mopping the floor at Long John Silver, or washing the windows at Jack in the Box? Now, no disrespect, because I need those people to work there, and other people need those people to work there, and the businesses need those people to work in order for them to operate a business and to make money. But the question is, did they ask themselves that question? Did they want to be in those positions at their age that they're in right now? It'd be hard pressed for me to go back and ask them when they were in the first, fifth, ninth, and 12th grade, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up, graduate from high school? I don't think Long John Silver's, Winco, and Jack in the Box was the answer. There's a bunch of other answers that we typically hear. Doctor, lawyer, fireman, professional athlete, whatever it is, it's not that. Okay, so when did they give up on that? When did they give up on their dream? Because I don't care what type of dysfunctional environment you come from, you're going to dream to be something better than your environment. In most cases, all right? So my thing is, and I've said this before, and I've done a whole video, and back there you could see the book. That book, this channel, is really grounded in asking yourself the three questions. And so I'm wondering, as I'm looking at these individuals, did they ask themselves those three questions? Did they ask themselves at any point in time in their life, what do I want? Why do I want it? What emotional attachment do I have to what it is that I want? And can I get an image in my mind of what it is that I want and to see it there so I can know that it's possible out here? Did they ask themselves that question? So I have a belief that if you don't ask yourself the questions, because I'll say this, let me back up for a second. I believe anybody who is successful, and again, success is subjective. And what I mean by success is that these individuals are living a life where they have everything that they want and like a little bit more. They're not scrounging from paycheck to paycheck. They are happy. They enjoy what they do. They enjoy their family. They enjoy their free time. They're really just enjoying life, not just saying, I got a job. Because I know one of the things that I think about is like when I'm downtown Phoenix and it's roughly around 5 o'clock. If you're standing out there by that state building where it's just filled with floors and floors and floors of state employees, you will literally get run over at 5 o'clock. Those people are running out of that building as fast as possible. Soon as boom, they don't want any overtime. They don't want nothing. They are out of there. And I look at that every day and I go, that's somebody that I don't think is very happy about what they do. They're probably pissed off when they get to work, and they're so happy when that clock says that they can leave, because they're going to go do something that has absolutely nothing to do with what they were just doing earlier. So my question is that when you ask yourself those three questions, you move yourself out of this category, because when you don't, you actually become a tool. You are now going to be used or utilized by the people who have asked themselves those three questions, and they know what they're going to do. And the other thing that I say is that if you look around and you don't see, or you can't see the tool, it's probably you. All right. So I understand that, and I'm becoming more aware of that. This whole thing about when you're controlling your thinking, or believing you're controlling your thinking, or you're believing not you're controlling your thinking, there is a process. There is a thought process. And I believe it goes like this, that you have a thought. And again, whether you believe in a higher power or not, that thought comes from somewhere. It either comes from that higher power or it comes from you. So if it's just you have a thought, that thought turns into an emotion. That emotion creates a feeling. That feeling creates a behavior. That behavior moves you into action, and that action creates an experience. And if you are constantly believing that someone else controls your thoughts, or you're not taking control of your thinking, that cycle is just going to go round and round and round and round. And from my understanding, that then creates what is called a mind-body connection. That mind-body connection then puts you on autopilot. And I believe that's where a person believes that I don't have any control over my thinking. It's because they have been doing something for so long that the mind sends a signal to the body sends a signal back to the mind, confirming, yeah, we're going. And it just goes round and round and round and round and round, to the point where that person believes this is just autopilot. So I was having this conversation the other day with these two young teenagers, and both of them are trying to maneuver themselves through just life of being a teenager. And so they were sharing with me, they were saying, both of them consistently, we both have these troubling thoughts that we don't have any control over. So then I responded, I said, so you're telling me that you have thoughts that are constantly reoccurring, that you feel that you do not have control over? And both of them was like, yeah, and it's very frustrating, and we don't know. Now, just what I shared with you before, I believe what has happened is they have been in this repetition of thought, thought, emotions, feelings, behaviors, actions, experience. They've been on autopilot doing that. And then what happened is the body seemed to have taken over. So now it feels, when they have a thought, that they have no control over it. So I told him, I said, look, that part of your thought process, I said, if you feel that you do not have any control over that, then you leave it alone. Don't even try to mess with that. Okay. And then one of them was like, well, then what if that thought, tries to tell me I'm to kill myself? I said, don't listen to it. Understand that it's there, but what you just acknowledged is that you're telling me that you can acknowledge that there is something over there. So you're acknowledging that there's some part over here that has an awareness, that has a thought. So what my suggestion is, and I want to write this down, what I said to them, I said, whatever part of your mind that you do not feel you have control over, leave it alone. Acknowledge it's there, but leave it alone. But whatever part of your mind that you have control over, I want you to tell that part of your brain what you want, why you want what you want, and create the vision in your brain, that in the vision, the image in your mind, what it is that you want. And keep telling yourself that all the time until that image becomes very real. Because I firmly believe that the more that you tell yourself what it is that you want, when you have thoughts in your mind that have been kind of usurped, there's been a coup in your brain that has taken over that mind-body connection, you're going to have less of that and you're going to have more. But it has to be very intentional, deliberate in your thought process of doing that. Because, and I'll say this again. What you do with what you have control over will determine the rest of your life. And I'm just trying to help individuals move to a place of feeling more in control than not in control. Because again, we need to help these millennials, and we need to just help people move to a place where they feel that they are in more control of their life. All right, this is Plan Your Greatness, and I will say this again. Just like the thoughts, you can plan your greatness. You know why? Because no one else will. I'll see you all next time.